it's not a demonstration. This is like the last demonstration, if you want, the final demonstration. After that, there's no more demonstration. There's only us, we the people, doing what's right for morality and for sanity. I just wanted... Go on.
If that number of people that attended the biggest protests here in Melbourne, which with the most conservative number was 200,000. That was the least, but most conservative. Yes. That number of people arriving at a place and properly dismantling some LEDs and some 5G. If 100,000 people are there, 200,000 people are there saying, this is what we want. Tell me that that isn't democracy.
It is.
Tell me that there are police who will fight 200,000 people to protect some wires and some silicon and some LED lights. So just to touch upon those LED lights and what's so important, they're not just a pole that can, like Lego, that new infrastructure and new technologies can be added to it at any time because they've got the cables on the inside and they've got all the compartments where they can slide things in. It's just coming to my attention now, like this week, through Aman Jabi, that you will probably also interview, that these lights are actually incapacitating. So there is going to be a point where you going out into the street might be like a battlefield for you if you're the wrong kind of person, or if you have the wrong kinds of intentions, like, having 200,000 people stand behind you whilst you dismantle. And I'm not saying burn or vandalize. No, I'm saying, actually pay the people that install them to uninstall them and give them the protection of 200,000 people. Now, this sort of thing happening anywhere in the world, Shai, if we can get pictures and video of it, it would be a ripple, I think, that could even become a tidal wave, honestly. With the awareness of what the infrastructure is and its capabilities, because I think if we were able to demonstrate to the most sheeple of normies, right, that this is this light and this is what it does to a human being. You have weapons of mass destruction lining your streets. Do you really expect in this suburb that we are going to have Muslim terrorist attacks or domestic terror attacks? Do you really think that this infrastructure is there to incapacitate somebody who, committed some violent crime? Do you really believe this? Do you really think you're never going to see it in use, and that it's going to be the most unjust thing that you see in the world, that there is a person out there who is incapacitated because their brain is receiving different frequencies, and it's not lethal, it's not going to kill them. So it's going to be like okay on your conscience because it's not going to kill them, but it will scramble their minds to the point where they will lie down and cry from pain and rock in the fetal position. And if you think that doesn't cause side effects to jar your brain like that, something that has never happened in our evolutionary adaptation, like our brains aren't designed to cope with such things. So that's what I think. I think we need to step outside the system, and not just to go and do things like survive. I think we need to step outside the system and say, well, you lot are, you're the 1% or the 0.0001% calling the shots. Here is not the 99%, because we don't represent the 99%, but we may be something like the 25%. If we, the 25%, can get on the same page about one thing, because we can't get on the same page about which cult it is, we can't get on the same page about whether it's a bioweapon or whether it's, terrain theory or this theory or that theory, or whether it's from a bat or whether it's a toxin or whether it's the 5G. The one thing we should be able to come together on is the infrastructure that is there. So whether it's bad for you or not, with and without the peer-reviewed science telling you how bad background 5G is, these are its capabilities. They have put military equipment on our streets in the suburbs, not just around Parliament, and they are directed at us, and they are designed to incapacitate us. I think that if we can just get the people out, I think in any place of the world, and if we can spread this message of we're not having this. Fine, you want your global warming story, you can have your global warming story. We'll get to that. But until then, okay, so you don't have to be on the same page about that, because these LED lights, which are designed to incapacitate humans, have got nothing to do with any of your SDG goals. None whatsoever. So we have to find common ground, and we're never going to find it with vaccines. We're not going to find it with cults or ethnicities or groups and histories. We're never going to find that. And we need to take matters into our own hands. And democracy means, you know, the will of the people. It means the majority. And 100,000 people in Melbourne alone is more than all of them in the whole world. Nobody can claim that these people will be criminals, or that they will be vandals, or that they will be domestic terrorists. People will be forced to see that perhaps somebody else is the terrorist, that we have terrorists running our countries.